My beloved child. There is a reason your attention stopped here at this exact moment, and before this message moves any further, listen carefully. Do not let your thoughts wander, because something hidden has been circling around you quietly, and what you are about to hear is not ordinary. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For days, perhaps even longer, you have felt that unusual pause in your spirit. The feeling that someone near you is not fully showing their true heart, the feeling that words around you sound normal but carry another meaning underneath. You noticed little changes, little signs, little silences that seemed too heavy to ignore, yet you kept telling yourself maybe it was nothing. But what if it was not nothing? What if that uneasiness came because your spirit recognized what your eyes had not yet understood? There is a person connected to your circle whose presence has already created silent confusion around your path. Their influence does not always appear loudly. It comes through delayed answers, changed attitudes, strange timing, and moments when peace disappears for no clear reason. And now a warning is reaching you because the pattern has become impossible to ignore. Listen closely, because the detail that makes this moment different is this. The name connected to this tension begins with the letter M. Before you rush to think of someone immediately, stay calm and keep listening, because this message is not for fear, it is for clarity. Don't skip, because many people hear only half of what they need and miss the very thing meant to protect their peace. The person may not appear harmful on the surface. In fact, they may speak kindly, smile easily, and know exactly how to remain trusted. But there is something around them that has created repeated uncertainty in your atmosphere. Every time progress begins, distraction appears. Every time you prepare for peace, a strange interruption enters. Every time you try to move forward, something subtle slows you down. You wondered why certain plans suddenly lost momentum. You wondered why conversations became confusing after feeling clear. You wondered why your heart sometimes became restless after speaking with certain people. That was not random. There are moments when your spirit notices before your mind understands, and this is one of those moments. The warning did not arrive late. It arrived exactly when you were ready to hear it. Someone has already tried to make you notice. Perhaps through an unexpected sentence, perhaps through advice you almost ignored, perhaps through a memory that returned at strange hours. Even now, while hearing this, a face may be appearing in your thoughts, but do not decide too quickly. Listen deeper. Because the letter M may belong to someone very close, or someone whose role seems small but whose influence has been larger than expected. This is why today feels different. The silence around you has been speaking. The pauses have been speaking. The repeated inner caution has been speaking. And now this message is asking you not to ignore what has already been shown quietly. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the deeper truth is this. Not every warning comes with noise. Some warnings arrive gently so that wisdom can enter before damage does. You may remember a recent moment when something felt unusual around a conversation, perhaps a promise sounded empty, perhaps timing felt strange, perhaps a detail did not match what was spoken. Small things matter when patterns begin repeating. This does not mean you must confront anyone immediately. This means observe carefully. Watch what changes when certain names appear. Watch how your peace responds after certain interactions. Watch who becomes uneasy when your confidence grows. Because hidden intentions often reveal themselves when your direction becomes stronger. And right now, your direction is becoming stronger than before. That is why disturbance has increased. There is something ahead of you that requires clear vision, and anything that creates confusion now must be noticed before you move further. Do not skip this moment. The next days may reveal more than the last months did. A sentence you hear unexpectedly may confirm what you felt. A delay may actually protect you. A missed meeting may save you from trusting too quickly. A sudden distance may become your answer. Sometimes what leaves quietly was never meant to stay deeply. And sometimes the warning comes before the proof, because wisdom arrives first. If the name beginning with M has already entered your mind, do not act from emotion. Act from stillness. Truth becomes clearer when you remain calm. Because not every person with that letter carries the same meaning, but one specific connection around you needs careful attention. You are being asked to notice what repeats. Notice who appears when confusion rises. Notice who disappears when honesty is needed. Notice who changes when your peace becomes visible. The hidden difference between appearance and intention will soon become impossible to ignore. And when that moment comes, you will understand why this message reached you now instead of later. Something you thought was coincidence will suddenly make sense. Something you dismissed will return with clarity. Something unfinished will reveal why it never fully settled. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this is only the beginning of what is being uncovered, and what follows next may explain why certain doors paused, why certain answers delayed, and why one name kept returning in quiet thought without clear reason. Hold this carefully in your heart tonight. Not every warning is meant to create fear. Some warnings are given because protection is already surrounding you, even before you understand what is being prevented. And very soon, what is hidden will no longer remain hidden. But there is another layer you have not fully seen yet. The reason this message could not stop in the first moment is because what surrounds this name is deeper than one simple feeling. A hidden pattern has been moving quietly, and if you only notice the surface, you may miss the real meaning behind what has been happening around you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There were times when you almost trusted what you heard without question. There were moments when you almost accepted certain words because they sounded gentle, familiar, and harmless. Yet after those moments, something inside you remained unsettled, as if your spirit refused to agree with what your ears had accepted. That inner hesitation was not accidental. Some people appear during important seasons not because they belong in your future, but because they become part of a lesson that teaches discernment. And now you are standing in a moment where discernment matters more than emotion. The name beginning with M is connected to a silence that has already touched your path more than once. Think carefully. Has there been someone whose presence often arrives when your focus changes? Someone whose words seem ordinary, yet afterward your thoughts become crowded? Someone whose timing always feels strangely close to moments when clarity should have arrived? This is why your attention was drawn here now. Because before major understanding comes, small signs usually gather first. You may have ignored them before because they looked too simple: a delayed reply, an unfinished explanation, a smile that did not match the atmosphere, a sentence that stayed in your mind longer than it should have. Yet simple details often carry the loudest truth. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next realization matters deeply. Not every connection around you is equally aligned with where you are heading now. You are entering a season where even small influences matter. That is why familiar names suddenly feel different. That is why certain memories return unexpectedly. That is why one letter, M, has now become impossible to dismiss inside this message. Do not rush to fear the letter itself. Instead, pay attention to what happens whenever that person enters your thoughts or your environment. Peace leaves clues. So does discomfort. There is something unusual about repeated interruptions that happen near certain conversations. Plans become uncertain. Energy shifts. Confidence lowers for reasons that are difficult to explain. It is not always dramatic, but it is consistent enough that your spirit has noticed. And there is a reason you were meant to notice now instead of later. Because something ahead requires you to protect your attention. One wrong trust can delay understanding. One ignored sign can keep confusion alive longer than necessary. But one clear moment of awareness can change everything. Don't skip. This next part matters. Sometimes the warning is not about what someone intends openly, but about what their presence unintentionally carries into your space. Not every person realizes how their words affect others. Not every influence arrives with visible meaning. Yet still, you must recognize what repeatedly disturbs your peace. The truth often becomes visible when you step back quietly. Watch who becomes distant when you become stronger. Watch who speaks differently when your direction becomes clear. Watch who appears interested only when your attention shifts elsewhere. Because hidden motives often reveal themselves when your path becomes brighter. And something in your life is becoming brighter now. That brightness is why hidden tension has started surfacing. You may soon hear a sentence that confirms what you have suspected quietly. A small conversation may suddenly explain an older confusion. A forgotten detail may return and fit perfectly into what you are understanding now. And when it happens, you will realize this message came before the confirmation, not after. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because there is still one detail you have not fully understood. The reason this warning feels personal is because your heart already sensed that one chapter around you needed more caution than trust. You tried to ignore it. You tried to move past it. You told yourself maybe you were imagining too much. But now the same feeling has returned with stronger clarity. The coming days may place that name before you again. But listen carefully now, because what seemed unclear before is beginning to arrange itself in front of you, and if you ignore this moment, you may overlook the very clue that has been repeating around your life in quiet ways. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are signs that do not arrive with loud announcements, they arrive through patterns, through repeated moments that feel ordinary until suddenly they connect. A name appears again. A conversation changes tone when one person is mentioned. A decision becomes uncertain after one specific interaction. And now, what once looked scattered is starting to form one clear line. The reason this matters is because the person connected to the letter M may not even realize how strongly their presence affects the atmosphere around you. Sometimes people carry confusion without intending to explain it. Sometimes their energy enters a space and leaves behind hesitation, delay, or emotional heaviness that you cannot immediately describe. You may already remember a moment when everything felt calm until one conversation changed your mind completely. You may remember preparing for something important, only to suddenly feel unsure after hearing one voice. You may remember trusting a direction, then stepping back because a certain influence created hesitation. That was not accidental. The hidden truth is that some names begin appearing repeatedly because your attention is being guided towards something unfinished. Stay till the end, because what is unfolding now may explain why your heart kept returning to the same thought even when you tried to dismiss it. The letter M has not appeared without reason. It may belong to someone from your present circle. It may belong to someone whose words sound supportive but whose timing often creates confusion. It may belong to someone connected to a decision you have delayed for too long. And this is why the warning became stronger now, because a moment is approaching where what has remained uncertain will become visible. Watch carefully in the coming hours and days. A small sentence may suddenly reveal more than expected. A simple reaction may show what has been hidden. A silence may answer what questions could not. The truth often appears when people are not trying to explain themselves. Do not rush ahead emotionally. Observe first. Notice who becomes uncomfortable when you speak with confidence. Notice who changes tone when your plans become clearer. Notice who asks questions but avoids giving honest answers. These details matter more than they seem. Don't skip, because many miss the answer while waiting for something dramatic, but often the strongest revelation comes through one ordinary moment that suddenly feels impossible to ignore. You are entering a period where quiet understanding will become stronger than confusion. That means what once felt mixed will separate clearly. What once felt hidden will no longer remain hidden. And what once seemed uncertain will begin to show its true shape. The name beginning with M may return to your attention unexpectedly, through a call, a message, a mention, or even a memory that arrives at the exact right time. When that happens, pause. Do not react too quickly. Because clarity grows when you listen beyond the surface. Something huge is waiting for you, and this next truth matters deeply. Not every person who stands near your path is meant to walk every next step with you. Some appear for a season. Some appear to teach discernment. Some appear so that you learn the difference between comfort and true peace. And lately, your spirit has been learning that difference more than ever before. That uneasy feeling you could not explain was not weakness. It was awareness. That hesitation you felt before trusting fully was not random. It was protection. That repeated thought returning late at night was not empty imagination. It was your inner understanding asking you not to ignore what already felt unusual. Stay till the end, because a once-in-a-lifetime realization may soon come through something very simple. The truth may reveal itself through what someone does not say rather than what they say. A missing response. A changed tone. A delayed answer. A smile that does not carry warmth. A promise that keeps shifting. All these small things begin speaking when bigger truths approach. And when that moment comes, you will remember this exact message. You will remember why your attention stopped here. You will remember why the letter M stood out so strongly. Because the answer was already near, you were simply being prepared to notice it without fear. Do not lose your peace while waiting for proof. Peace itself is already showing you where to look. If your heart becomes calm when distant from certain voices, notice that. If your thoughts become clearer when certain conversations end, notice that too. Because clarity often confirms what words cannot explain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next may not arrive loudly, but it will arrive clearly. And when it does, you will understand why this message reached you before that moment instead of after it. And now the most important part begins, because what has been quiet until now may soon become impossible for you to overlook. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments when life gives signals long before understanding arrives, and many people miss those signals because they expect clarity to come in a dramatic way. But often, the strongest truth arrives gently, through repetition, through timing, through one name that keeps returning when you least expect it. The letter M has remained in this message because there is still something unfinished connected to that presence around you. It may be someone whose words once sounded reassuring. It may be someone whose closeness made you trust too quickly. It may be someone whose influence seemed small, yet somehow stayed in your thoughts longer than it should have. And now you are being asked to look again, not with fear, but with clear attention. Because recently, certain things around you have not moved the way they normally should. A plan slowed down. A conversation lost direction. An answer arrived later than expected. A feeling of uncertainty appeared without explanation. These moments may look separate, but there is a reason they feel connected inside you. Your spirit often notices patterns before your mind names them. That is why one name beginning with M keeps standing near this message like a detail that refuses to disappear. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next realization may change how you understand recent events completely. You may soon notice that what once confused you begins making sense through one simple encounter. A sentence spoken casually may suddenly reveal more than months of guessing. A reaction from someone may answer questions you never asked aloud. A silence may carry more meaning than words. And when that happens, you will understand why your heart felt cautious even when everything looked ordinary. There is a difference between what appears calm and what truly carries peace. You have been learning that difference slowly. Not everyone who smiles carries the same intention. Not every familiar connection belongs in your next chapter. Not every repeated presence should automatically receive your full trust. This is why awareness matters now. Do not ignore what your inner peace tells you after certain conversations. Do not dismiss what your thoughts feel after certain names are mentioned. Do not rush past repeated signs simply because they seem small. Small signs become clear answers when they repeat enough times. Don't skip. The coming moments may place you in front of a very ordinary situation that suddenly feels different. You may hear that name unexpectedly. You may see a message appear. You may remember something old that suddenly fits perfectly into what you are understanding now. And the surprising part is this: the answer may already be closer than you think. You have not been without guidance. You have not been without quiet protection. Even delays that frustrated you may have been giving you time to notice what you were about to overlook. Sometimes a pause protects more than quick movement. Sometimes unanswered questions protect more than immediate clarity. Sometimes distance reveals what closeness hid. That is why this moment matters deeply. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth connected to the letter M may not arrive through confrontation. It may arrive through recognition, through that sudden moment when everything inside you says, "Now I understand." And once that understanding comes, many recent events may look completely different. You may realize why certain conversations left you uneasy. You may realize why your confidence weakened after certain interactions. You may realize why one connection never fully gave peace even when you tried to believe it would. That realization is powerful because clarity removes confusion quietly. And when confusion leaves, peace returns stronger. If a face has already come to your mind,